Hi guys, Dr. Brett here. So I wanted to talk to you about today something called spinal stenosis and the three things that are symptomatic of someone who has spinal stenosis that may help you in getting some kind of differential diagnosis. Maybe you're thinking that it could be a disc problem, maybe you're thinking it could be, is it just regular lower back pain? Is this a common thing? Is this serious? So spinal stenosis has to do with the spinal cord has pressure on it from some structure. So whether that's a disc, a spinal disc that's sort of moved into the area of the spinal cord. People refer to this as a slip disc. And that can happen centrally, it can happen going one side or another. And you'll feel it generally, one of the criteria is that you'll feel it just into the bum or thigh or groin area. So that's number one, versus a compressed spinal nerve, generally from a disc, has to do with shooting more into the bum or into the back of the leg. So spinal stenosis, one of the criteria, the pain into the bum, into the groin, and maybe into the thigh, so the front of the upper leg. That's one. Number two, it gets better when you lean forward and worse when you lean back. So when we lean forward, it tends to open up the area where the nerve is. And if we lean back and we extend, it's going to compress that nerve. So flexion helps, extension worse. This is a characteristic of spinal stenosis. And number three, this is something that you'll notice happening quite often with walking, or just when you sit for a long period of time and you go to stand up and there's more pain. It's better when you sit back down, or when you stand up and you start walking. It's very common for people to have it come on after 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes of walking. They're forced to sit down. So this would be the number one thing I would ask you to look for out of the three even, is when I stand up, it's worse, or when I stand up, walk for a period of time, I start to get this pain, and then when I sit down, it either immediately goes away or dissipates. So hopefully this was helpful in helping to let you know if you have something called spinal stenosis. The treatments currently for spinal stenosis are surgical procedures, and then there's also something called non-surgical decompression of the spinal cord or the nerve. As always, we always opt to do more conservative, avoid the surgical procedures as much as you can. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to leave a comment below. We can follow up with you after that. Thanks, and I hope it was helpful. Bye.